I became involved because I really feel passionate about teenagers and mental health and mental awareness. Being a social worker who works with adolescents on a daily basis, I see the need for the awareness of mental health and, and also the stigma that goes along with it that we fight on a daily basis. And I hear from the kids on a consistent basis, so it's just my continued effort to help out. I think the importance is to fight the stigma that's out there. I think there's a lot of people out there. As a private practitioner in an office, I see so many people come into my office on a regular basis and ask to not tell anybody, not share information with anyone because they don't want anyone to know they're in therapy to deal with their illness. Whereas if you had diabetes or cancer, you'd have no problem going to a doctor and sharing that with people, that you have to go for an appointment for treatment. Whereas for some reason, with the stigma that goes along with it, people are just afraid to share that. I mean, I'm on the board, and I try to volunteer as much as I can to help coordinate different events, try to get sponsors, and as well as just bring awareness to people that we are out here and that we're offering support to people to help fight the stigma against mental illness. So I'm constantly trying to be involved in as much as I can because there's a lot of things that the organization does to help out, such as reaching out to schools and trying to make contacts in the community to help the kids. What I'm gaining personally from my involvement in AIR is this feeling of community, giving back to the community. And also I see, like I said, on a daily basis, kids struggling with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I mean, the Center for Disease Control just did a study, last year that proved that 1 out of 9 adolescents have seriously considered suicide and 1 out of 12 have attempted suicide. And it's really heartbreaking. So for me, just giving back, because that's too high of a number already. So to giving back and to helping those, that's how I'm gaining from it, because we don't want to lose any of our kids, anything like that, to such a treatable illness. All these illnesses are very treatable, and it's been proven that they're effective for people. So personally, I feel like being part of that is helping our community, which is what I think everybody should be doing. What I hope to achieve through my involvement in AIR is just to create a greater understanding and a greater awareness. When I met Tricia, it was, we had went through a whole class without talking about what was going on for her personally and my professional career. And once we met each other, it was just a perfect example of how a simple conversation can turn into something so big. And here we are 2 years later, and I'm helping out the organization and trying to get the message across. So I hope that people will be less afraid to talk about mental illness as well as their struggles and get connected with the support that they need. I look forward to AIR helping to bring the statistics down, the rate of suicide, the rate of people avoiding treatment and saying they have a mental health issue and not getting services. I hope that they will be able to be part of either future studies or future organizations that will help to decrease the statistics, because to me, 1 in 12 kids attempting suicide, and that's a self-report, so we don't even know, the number's probably higher. So the fact that that's happening to me is just way too much. I'm hoping that in the long term, just getting it out there, treating it like, when cancer first came out, nobody wanted to talk about it. They were afraid to. And now, hopefully mental illness will go that route as well, because cancer is a very treatable disease and people talk about going to chemo all the time. It should be that way with psychotherapy or, medication management, going to the doctor, seeing your therapist, talking to them, going to group therapy. So I mean, I hope that in the future we can be part of those statistics to help decrease some of those statistics that are out there, because it's heartbreaking. I'm Randy Radd, and I'm joining AIR to start the conversation.